Hallo meine liebe Studenten und Freunde, wie geht es euch? Herzlich willkommen to the German Mentor. Ich bin Jatinder Singh. If you are a beginner and doing some German grammar mistakes while learning the German language, then this video is for you because I will rectify you. I will explain you how you can avoid these grammar mistakes in German language. Watch the session till end. Give your comment, your feedback, how you like this session. And do not forget to subscribe the channel by pressing the bell icon. And you will get the notifications of all the upcoming videos on this channel from my side regularly. So let's start today's session. Fangen wir jetzt an. Los geht's. So today's session is about common mistakes by the beginners, which I used to do when I was learning German language. So I thought that I must share with you so that you can rectify these problems, these errors while using the language. Okay. So we will cover top 10 grammar mistakes. So let's start with the first one, number 1. Noun's first letter always in uppercase. So friend, this is a very common problem which the beginners do while writing the German language, while writing the German sentences. Okay. So I'll explain you with some examples so that you can also see and learn one by one. So Beispiel, if I say, ich lerne Deutsch täglich, I learn German daily. Grammatically, this sentence is correct, but there is one problem. There is one error. If you see Deutsch, it is a noun. It is a nomen. The first letter, the first alphabet I have written here in lowercase. So this is the problem. Okay. So if you are writing German sentences, always write the first letter in uppercase. Either you write the noun at the beginning of a sentence, in the middle, or somewhere else. Okay. So if you are writing something like this, then this is wrong. So the correct sentence would be, ich lerne Deutsch täglich. I learn German daily. Now you see, I have written the first letter J in capital, in uppercase. So if you compare these two sentences, both are grammatically correct, but the first sentence is wrong because of lowercase, and the second one is correct. Okay, so this is a very common problem which beginners do, oftenly do while writing the German language, while writing the German phrases, sentences, I mean. Okay, so that was number 1. Now we see the next one, number 2. There is no present continuous tense. Friends, you will be amazed to know that unlike English, in German language, we don't use any present continuous tense. Okay. So what exactly it means? Now we see with the help of an example. Zum Beispiel, if I say, I'm playing football. So if you translate this sentence, this English sentence word by word, ich bin spielen Fußball, then there is a problem because you cannot translate the English sentences word by word. Okay. And for the particular subject, for a single subject, you cannot use two different verbs. Okay. So if you are trying to use two different verbs, then it is wrong. Ich bin spielen Fußball is wrong grammatically. So the correct answer is ich spiele Fußball. Okay. So spielen is the main verb which I conjugate as per the subject. Okay. So if you say I play football or I am playing football, both are same in German language. So it means in German language, there is no present continuous tense, unlike English. Okay. So the first phrase is wrong, grammatically wrong. And the second one is correct. Ich spiele Fußball. So there is no present continuous tense in German. So that was number 2, number 2. Now we check the third one, number 3. Verb position is always on second. So friend, this is the major problem which beginners do while using the German language. It is a thumb rule. The position of a German verb always stands on the second position in a sentence. How? Now we check one example. Today I'm going to the cinema. Heute ich gehe zum Kino. So if you see, I've started the sentence with heute, then subject, and then verb. So this is wrong. Okay. So the correct sentence would be, so there are two options basically. Heute gehe ich zum Kino. This is correct. Ich gehe heute zum Kino. This is also correct. Okay. But you see, the gehen verb stands on the second position in both sentences. So you can say the first sentence, it is a wrong, and the second sentence is correct. So you have two different options. Either you write heute gehe ich zum Kino or ich gehe heute zum Kino. Both are correct. Okay. Because the verb position stands on second position. Okay. So that was verb position case number three. So it is also a very common problem, common error being done by the German learners at the beginning stage. Okay. Now we see the next one, number four, mistakes while making daily greetings. So this is also a very common problem among the learners. How? Now we check with an example. In this photo, you can see there are some colleagues or friends who are greeting each other. Now we understand with one example. Zum Beispiel, when someone asks you, wie geht es Ihnen oder wie geht es dir? So Ihnen basically an formal way and dir is an informal way. And you answer like this, es geht mir gut. This is correct. But if you say und sie und du, this is wrong. Okay. So the correct answer would be es geht mir gut und Ihnen und dir. If you say und sie und du, so this is wrong. Okay. So you have to very precise about the personal pronouns as well. Okay. Particular in this question. Wie geht es Ihnen oder dir? Es geht mir gut und Ihnen und dir. Not und sie und du. This is wrong. So the first sentence is wrong and the second one is correct. Okay. So this is also a common problem which beginners do while greetings each other. Okay. Okay, so that was number four. Now we check the next one, number five, negation with kind versus nicht. Okay, this is also very common because both are negative words. Okay, but generally we do not know where to use kind and where to use nicht as a learner. So I explain you with the help of an example. Zum Beispiel, if I say, ich habe nicht Auto, I have not car. So this is not correct, friends. Okay. So the correct statement would be, ich habe kein Auto, I have no car. So there is an explanation for you. We use kein to negate the nouns. So when you have a noun in a sentence and you want to negate it, then you don't use nicht, but you have to use kein. Okay. Nicht is also a negative word, but it is being used with verbs. Okay. To negate the verbs. But for the nouns, you have to use kein. So the first sentence, ich habe nicht Auto, is wrong. Ich habe kein Auto is grammatically correct. Okay. We use kein to negate the nouns. So that was number five. Now we go further and see the next one, number six, incorrect verb position in questions. Earlier we have seen the verb position as a normal sentence, but in an interrogative sentence where we have to put the verb. Now we see. So there is an photo to understand the example. Zum Beispiel, if you say, du gehst heute in den Park, you are going today in the park. This is grammatically wrong, friends, because if you make an interrogative sentence with question mark, you have to put the verb at the first position, at the beginning of the phrase. Okay. So correct sentence would be, gehst du heute in den Park? Are you going today in the park? Okay. So this is the correct way to ask the questions. Okay. You have to put the verbs at the beginning of the sentence. So the first sentence is wrong and the second one is correct. So incorrect verb position in questions. Okay. Normally we have seen earlier that the verb stands on second position, but in interrogative sentences, the verb comes to the first position at the beginning of the sentence. Okay. So that was number six. Now we check the next one, another common problem by the learners. Okay. Confusing between Canon and Vst. So both verbs having the same meaning, to know, but where to use Canon and where to use Vst. Okay, I explain you with an example. So Beispiel, if I say, ich weiß deinen Bruder oder ich weiß ihren Bruder. Okay, I know your brother. Deinen means an informal way and ihren means an formal way. This is a wrong statement. This is a wrong sentence. The correct sentence would be, ich kenne deinen Bruder oder ich kenne ihren Bruder. I know your brother. So kennen is a verb which we use for the persons and wissen is for the things. I have also written an explanation for you at the bottom side. Explanation, kennen is used for people you are familiar with. Okay. So for the persons, kennen, and for the things, wissen. So the first sentence is wrong and the second phrase is correct in case of persons. So that was number seven. Number seven, confusion between kennen and wissen. Now we check the next one, number eight. Wrong use of viel und viele. So Beispiel, if I say, ich habe viel Freunde, I have much friends. So as you have seen this example, this sounds very weird. So this is not correct. So the correct answer is ich habe viele Freunde. I have many friends. So for the persons we use viele, and for the things, for the emotions, for the feelings we use feel. So explanation is also there. Feel for uncountable things and feel for countable nouns. For example, if you have some emotions, some feelings for someone, then you have to use feel. Zum Beispiel, ich liebe dich, feel. But for the persons and for the things which you can count, then you have to use feel. So the first phrase is wrong and the second phrase is correct. Now we go further and see the next one. Number 9. Correct pronunciation of AE or EA. So this is a very common problem, friends. I oftenly see the learners, the beginners, when they read German sentences, they oftenly do this mistake. How to pronounce these combinations? Okay, now I explain you one by one. For example, AE sounds like I of English. Okay, AE sounds like I of English. Zum Beispiel bleiben, einladen, einschlafen. If you say blieben, einladen, einschlafen, so this is wrong pronunciation. Okay, so AE sounds like I of English. So if you reverse this combination, zum Beispiel, EA sounds like E of English, E alphabet of English, I mean. Zum Beispiel spielen, schließen, anbieten. So this is very common problem among the learners. So if you are doing the same mistake, then you are doing wrong. Please keep in mind and remember the pronunciation of these two combinations, AE or EA, right? And friends, now we come to the end of the session and see the last grammar error being done by the learners. Studieren oder lernen. Where should I use studieren as a verb and where should I use lernen as a verb? Zum Beispiel, if I say, heute studiere ich Deutsch. Today I am studying German. So this is grammatically wrong. So here studieren is a wrong verb because when we learn something, any language or anything, then we use lernen verb. Okay. So the correct statement would be heute lerne ich Deutsch. Today I am learning German. So what is clarity on these two verbs? Where should I use studieren or lernen? So there is an explanation for you. Studieren used for saying about major subjects you study or for university. Zum Beispiel, ich studiere Jura, ich studiere an der Universität. So in this situation, you have to use studieren verb. And on the other hand, if you are saying something general, whatever you are learning, then you have to use lernen as a verb. So friends, these were those errors which beginners do when they started to learn the German language. So I have explained you with the help of examples so that you can also make yourself perfect on these grammar topics. If you like this content, give your comments, your valuable feedback, because it is a motivation for me to bring more and more German grammar videos and vocabulary videos for you on this channel so that you can also increase and enhance your German language skills. And dear friends, at the end of the session, I would like to say thanks for watching the complete video. Share with others, recommend to others, and learn German only on the German Mentor. Take care of yourself and we will meet very soon on another German grammar video or vocabulary video. Einen schönen Tag noch, bleiben Sie gesund und glücklich. Tschüss, auf Wiedersehen.